First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord.
He already starts. Jesus, I hear you. I'm listening, Lord. I'm listening, Lord. Hey, yo, we back. Way N-word. You know the drill. So, watched the Grammys last night. Hey, it was a legendary time for a lot of people out here. You got Bad Bunnie winning Album of the Year. You have Shabuzi up there getting himself an award. But what I want to pay attention to a little bit, because you know how we do, we weigh in word. When Jelly Roll got up there to accept his award for the Country Artist of the Year, I thought what he said was spectacular. Now, I don't know all of Jelly Roll's journey. I don't know everything he's been going on, what he's doing. I think he is on a journey. I think that God is leading him a certain way. I'm not going to sit here and say he's not fallible, but he did utilize, because you know I like doing this, he did utilize a mighty platform to particularly call out somebody that is of great nature to my life and to other people's lives. And I want to just review his acceptance speech and just pontificate on it, because I thought it was so good. It was so great. Jelly Roll, thank you for even acknowledging many things within, a minute and a half that you had up there, where you could have said so many other things, but you decided to put a lot of perseverance, a lot of attention on Jesus Christ. Let me see what it says.
I know they're going to try to kick me off here, so just let me try to get this out. First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord.
He already starts. Jesus, I hear you. I'm listening, Lord. I'm listening, Lord. That to me already shows me exactly what I said earlier. He is on a journey. I'm not saying he's where he needs to be. Who is? Are you? Am I? I don't know. But I think he's on a journey. So right away, he's like, Lord, I'm listening, Lord. He starts it off just like that. He could have thought a producer. He could have think this. I think he would think his wife. He could have think a producer. He could have think a songwriter. He could have think himself. But he right away acknowledges the Lord, not God, the Lord.
Beautiful wife, I would have never changed my life without you. I'd have ended up dead or in jail. I'd have killed myself if it wasn't for you and Jesus. I thank you for that. I thank you for my label, Broken Bow, Country Radio, baby. What's up, dog? Oh, Republic, John Manili, we did it, baby. There was a time in my life, y'all, that I was broken. That's why I wrote this album. I didn't think I had a chance, y'all. There was days that I thought the darkest things. I was a horrible human. There was a moment in my life that all I had was a Bible this big and a radio the same size and a 6x8 foot cell. And I believed that those two things could change my life.
Hold up now. See, Jelly Roll, you preaching. You ain't a preacher, but I ain't a preacher either. But you might preach. I might preach. I mean, he's sitting here talking about he was in jail. This is why I believe testimonies are so amazing. I love a testimony. I think some of the best things you can get out of the gospel of Jesus Christ, out of the message of God, is through a testimony from somebody. Somebody telling you how they went from nothing to something, how they were in the mud and Jesus brought them out of the mud, how they were in a dark place, but Jesus showed them the light. And here he's talking about, I was in a cell, he was in jail. He had a radio in his hand and a Bible that small. He brought the Bible up with him, and that was going to give him hope. You know, sometimes when you're in a situation like that, when you're in your darkest times, all you can do is hold on to the hope that God is real and Jesus will see you through. Let's go, Jelly Roll.
I believe that music had the power to change my life and God had the power to change my life. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him. I love you, Lord.
Hold up. What he say? He said Jesus is for everybody. Jife. Jife. Shout out to The Truth. If y'all know who he is, he's a rapper who made an album, Jesus is for Everybody. We live in a time right now where everyone's talking about left versus right. Yeah, because he said that Jesus ain't part of a political party. And we need to understand that. We need to actually get that through our heads, that politics and the Jesus Christ understanding of who Jesus is not something that can commingle all the way through. While there's all these people who try to lean on the one political side and lean on the other and call themselves Christian, when Jesus never acknowledged that government will be something you should put your faith in. But he says Jesus is for everybody, the left and the right, the immigrant and the citizen, the youngest and the old, the black and the white. Where we always find division, we have to understand that we can find reconciliation in who Jesus is. And I love the fact that he said that. I love the fact that he went ahead and laid that all out. I heard later on they asked him about his political views. He said he's going to have a lot to say about it. Who cares? I'm not going to care right now, because on the stage for millions to see, you let Jesus be famous. When you put all the work into your album and all that stuff, and you gave some accolades, but you let Jesus take center stage, and I love the fact that he did that. Sometimes we got to let Jesus take center stage in our lives. Sometimes when it's time for us to be celebrated the most, we need to take that celebration and put it to the man that gave us all of the opportunity to be anybody that we are. That's the end of it. So I love that. I love when people utilize their platform to make Jesus famous. And every time somebody does, I will be coming to you and talking to you about it. You know, we got to remember what the reason is for why we're on this earth. We ain't on this earth just to enact legislation to make people do things we want them to do. We're not on this earth to hate others and to separate ourselves from people. We are on this earth to make Jesus famous, to, as he says in Matthew 28:19, to baptize for the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and teach all that I have commanded until he comes back. So let us continue on. Let us continue to be that way. Let us take this speech right here and understand at any given time we can tell somebody else about Christ. All right. Hey, if you rock with me this long, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell as well. You'll be notified every time I go live. Check out this video right here. It will do you well. I love you all. Way in word. I'm out.